Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday. How's everybody doing today? First things first, let's find the manual for this guy. I'd love feedback, by the way, if anybody's in here about audio levels, my audio versus the desktop audio, or I guess the background music, whatever you want to call it. Had everything set up well for Twitch, but I'm not sure how my settings are for YouTube today. The torsos first. This is probably really similar to the regular Deathscythe. That was a really good build, so this should be a pretty good one too. Hey David, welcome. How are you doing today? The big difference is going to be this cloak thing. Hey Josh, what's going on, man? Still need like a manual holder or something. Try that. That might work. I saw on Discord, it looked like you were doing a lot of building today, Josh. Organize something on Zoom or something today. Clipboard could work. I'm kind of already like kicking myself for starting yet another build. Cool, you got over the procrastination, whatever you want to call it, that you had. Didn't sound like you were looking forward to doing that build. For me, I had a pretty good day. Busy as always. Received some inventory. I gotta finish the processing of it, but it should be up tomorrow maybe if I get a chance tonight or early tomorrow to do it before everybody wakes up. And try to spend most of tomorrow because it's Easter with my family and not working on stuff, but see how that goes. That's the plan. Finish up the weapons and then take it apart and respray with primer and call it painted. LOL. Yeah, or the procrastination. Nice. Well, that's good. I saw the pictures, the video and stuff you put up. That looks good, man. It is Easter. It doesn't feel like it with all the stuff that's been going on. It's just the world's a kind of a different place than we're used to, right? We won't be visiting family or anything. We're actually planning on doing a Zoom call in the afternoon with everybody. So that will have to take the place of getting together. For us, we're gonna do that. Should be everybody except for one of my brothers who apparently refuses to use Zoom because of something he read on the internet about security stuff. He's a little too altruistic about stuff, I think, but whatever, to each his own. Nice. Making progress. I got a bunch of stuff done today, actually. Well, I don't know if a bunch is the right thing. I top coated, matte coated the ground type I was working on last night, and I gloss coated my Epion, so I should be able to do decals on that at some point. Maybe the next time we get together, I'll be working on decals for that guy. And then I also painted some stuff on the base that I'm going to use for my ground type. Some little caution lines on the ground. I don't know that they came out the best that they could have come out, but not too bad. Had a little bit of bleed through the masking, which isn't great, but I think I'll cover that up with some wash or something. It's just another day. Yeah, that's how I feel about a lot of holidays if I'm not going anywhere. Usually I look forward to holidays because we either have family come here, or we go visit somebody. It kind of forces me to make it something other than another day. So I'm going to try to get the same effect tomorrow, even though we're home. Because I have a million things that I could do to make it just another day, but I think my wife and kids deserve to see me a little bit. Complete University, how's it going, Nick? Hey man, what's up? How are you guys doing? Are you finally kind of back to normal? I know you guys were working really hard with the getting everybody online or whatever with the agency you work for or whatever. Just saying I had a pretty good day. Got a bunch of stuff done building wise for a change. Sprayed some top coat. Did a little bit of special painting today. Just finished watching the movie Onward. That's up on Disney Plus with the wife and kids. It's a pretty good movie. The Pixar film. The only problem with it is I swear that the older brother character should have been voiced by Jack Black. Like, if I had Jeff Bezos money, I would be going to Pixar or Jack Black or something and find a way to get them to redo the movie just for me. Thinking about maybe I need to go start a change.org petition or something. But they have to make a Jack Black version. Yes, they have us teleworking now, which is kind of nice because we can kind of build throughout the day. This gives me extra time to edit videos through the day. Nice. Gotta love the like work from home. The work from home kind of environment, especially if you have a job that doesn't require your full undivided attention nonstop. How long does it take you to edit one of your videos? Sounds like there can be a really wide swing depending on how fancy you get. Video probably takes about 4 hours between thumbnails and video itself, promotional material, etc. That's it's quite the commitment. And C17. Where's B? It's always finding the runners and getting the lay of the land when you start. Always seems like it takes a while. C1, 17. Hope we got some great figures on this one. good, just trying to keep busy. I'm glad you're keeping busy these boring times. Boring times? These are exciting times, man. At least they are for me. I'm so friggin' busy. It's always nice. I used to like working. I mean, I guess I gotta rephrase that. I like working for myself. I like doing the warehouse stuff. Day job stuff, not so much. I would not be unhappy if I never wrote another line of code in my life. I think I can hold the Jester for you, Josh. Let me find my keyboard here. Let's see. Nick, you doing the entire wing set? I haven't done a wing master grade in a long while. Yeah, it's basically the plan. I've got this one and I've got the wing Gundam, and that's all the EW versions, I believe, not including P Bandai. Okay, Josh, I got one reserved for you. I just sent you an invoice. If you want to order other stuff on that order, we can take care of that too. You might have trouble because I think that was the only one in stock. So it's, if you have trouble getting your order together, just let me know. I'll be around on Monday. David, I'm working on that now for Gunplay University. David, I want the Ultron, but I can't find it, and only ways P Bandai, sadly. Then I'll have them all. We have the Shenlong we'll hopefully be getting at some point once things kind of open back up. The Ultron, Sandrock Custom, Heavy Arms Custom are all P Bandai, unfortunately. But I have a feeling that now that P Bandai USA is open, that they might reissue those kits. It would make a lot of sense for them to do that because they would sell a butt ton of them. I'd probably order like 2 of each because those were really cool kits. And knowing how much premium they ended up racking up over the last few years since they were released. Complete University, yeah. Only one I'm missing from the set is Tallgeese 3, not counting the New Glory at the loser ones. Yeah, I'm not doing all of the Glory of Losers, Glory of the Loser, whatever that it's called. I'm not doing all those. I got the Igil heavy arms. That I'll probably do some sort of custom paint job on. If they reissue the P Bandai ones, I'd get all of them. Potentially multiples. I wouldn't mind like the Tallgeese 2 and 3 as well. I think those are P Bandai ones. Didn't really like the look of the Shenlong Lyoya Unit 1. The Deathscythe, the new Deathscythe one, the Rosette or whatever it's called, that one looks pretty cool, but I just don't really feel the need to get it. Had I been into that manga, I probably would have bought all those. Well, it's the P Bandai ones, Josh. Those need to be 1/100. That's what I mean. There are 1/100 kits. There are master grades that exist, but they were all P Bandai kits. And so if Bandai's smart with the Bandai USA, they go back and reissue all those P Bandai kits and make a freaking killing because they would sell so well. I almost have a feeling that when they're done with the other Gundam Wing master grades that they're doing for P Bandai, like they might come back around and do the original ones. Would be my guess. Yeah, Tallgeese 3P Bandai, so expensive. Definitely have to get that new Deathscythe. Probably have to get 2. You're the hell custom. You don't need it. LOL, unless you're Josh. Yeah. That's probably true. I don't know. It might be a cool thing for a custom. My backlog is getting pretty big, so I have to draw a line somewhere. I think the Igil heavy arms looks awesome, so there's a lot of potential there for some custom work or something. Unique paint job or something. I pulled the trigger yesterday, was it? On the RG Tallgeese 2 that's up on the P Bandai site. I really only got it because I got the Space Leo high grade kits. I got a few of those. So I think those will go well together. Kind of right out of the right at Endless Waltz there with Tallgeese 2, flanked by a couple Space Leos. That'll be pretty cool. Couple University, I've still yet to do a RG. Same deal here, man. I haven't built one yet, so it's a little bit reserved about buying one, but buying a P Bandai one, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Except the lower real grade prices, I just couldn't say no. I've got a few real grades I really want to do, but I don't actually think I have any on my backlog either right now. Unless you count my attic as my backlog. I feel like I've already opened that. Where is I? Where is runner I? Try not to add too much new stuff to the backlog these days. Especially while this is going on and I can sell kits and help get somebody else up and running. But I'll probably, I don't know, I feel like my rate of building has ramped up a little bit past couple weeks. A little bit better finding balance. What about you guys? Are you guys having any trouble finding balance? Are you guys super busy with the way things are? Are you tons of free time? For me, things have gone into overdrive because Mecha Warehouse started getting a ton more orders. And so a lot more time spent packing orders, dealing with stuff for that than usual. So I've been having trouble keeping up with work for my engineering clients. But it's kind of working out because I don't have as much work to do for them as I have in the past. The MG line is pretty bare. You're talking about the RG line? Complete University. Yeah, our backlog is so large at this point. We don't really buy too many here and there. We have to order other stuff. We might snag a HG. That's like when I was down at ODO, you saw these tables with, it wasn't any Gunpla stuff, but it was all the other like historical and armor builders and stuff, like the old guys with their tables selling off their backlogs basically because they're super old and will never find time to build all their shit. David, this is the most free time I've ever had. Ever. Well, that's good. Enjoy it while you have it, man. I mean, if you can enjoy it, I guess. Some people hate having free time, I guess. I must be in that category because I keep finding ways to be busy. PC. Josh, way too much free time. Kind of can tell because we've been showing up to every single one of those Mecha Warehouse build nights we've been having, man. Which is cool. Glad to have you there with us for all those. Any prospect of going back to work? Or is it going to be a little while for you, Josh? Complete University. If anything, I'd grab the newer kits that come out just for the channel. Yeah, that's true. There's only so much talking about 5 to 10-year-old kits you can do on if you want to grow a YouTube channel about Gunpla. Everybody wants to know about the kits that just came out. David, yeah, I'm a chef working 80 to 90 hours a week. So yeah, this is crazy. Wow, man. That is a huge change for you then. But try to enjoy it while you can, I guess. But don't get too used to it because you're gonna be miserable when you go back if you really like the the free time. Did I not cut? No, jeez. Josh, if you feel like selling something, let me know. University. It's safe. But only if it's 1/100. He won't build anything that's not 1/100. Except for his small horror addiction that he started. I just feel like they're not going together. Oh, Josh, I hear you. We try not to buy what we don't want. The extra stuff we normally put aside for giveaways. Yeah, 100 only. Don't forget his HGs. Don't forget his HGs. Oh. There's still 1/100 though. I don't know if he's ever built a 1/144 scale kit. Like, I think it might kill him to try to build something 1/144th. I'm mostly a 1/100 fanboy too, but recently I've been broadening out the HGs. Kind of the same here too, man. I love 1/100 master grades are definitely my bread and butter for what I like to build. But I've started messing with HGs and stuff just to practice painting. I haven't really had problems with cockpits, David. But this whole torso section seems to be like not fitting as tight as I think it should. But yeah, I've been messing with high grades because they seem like a much better way to get good at painting and figure out all those skills at a much lower cost. Much more nerve-wracking to take a $50 master grade and throw paint at it for the first time. MG and PG are for the adults. Nice. I showed him an old 140. An old HG 144 scale, and he cringed. That's great. Age 13. We use SDs for paint testing. Yeah, that makes sense. So in the Mecha Warehouse Discord, we're doing a build contest that's geared 100% around trying to encourage people to try new things and we're picking like a kit that everybody's got to use for that contest. And so this first one we did the Gundam ground type. So that those ground type pictures you probably haven't seen on my IG are all from that contest. Yeah, but I think it depends on the SD. If you want something that looks really nice, you got to put a lot of work into them, because there's usually a lot of like color correction needed and stuff. But they're great little kits to practice painting on stuff because they're so simple. It's really a great base for practicing customization techniques, painting, and all that kind of stuff. I'm dying to excuse me, dying to like do the final assembly on mine. Matt coated it today. Got a gloss coat, panel line, and maybe decal the base that I'm made for it. Complete University, SDs are fun and cheap. You know, I have a tradition. Why couldn't I just save my life right now? Did I shake my head? That's great. My wife's taken on a lot of my hobbies, it seems like. At least all my violent hobbies, but so far no Gunpla. Which is probably best for our finances. SD Sun Quan Gundam Master, I picked them. One looks like it's going to need a lot of work. I personally really don't like those Sengoku SD kits. They're just like too cartoonish for me. Like, I mean, I guess all the SDs kind of look cartoonish based on the proportions and stuff, but I just don't like the colors and designs. Perhaps a little too flamboyant or something. Just the violent hobbies, yeah. That's true. That's very true. Yeah, all you need to do if you want to really burn your bank account is get your wife into shooting or something. Get her to burn through a lot of ammo. She needs her own rifle, her own all that shit. Then just look cool in the pictures. That's 3 swords. Can't go wrong there. That's true. Coolness is definitely directly proportional to the number of swords the kid has. It's like the only reason I'm interested, and I think it's the Kotobukiya Hexagear Monoceros, I think. Governor Monoceros, something like that. Thing's got like 4 arms or something, and like a sword for each arm or something. Kind of tempted to grab one of those. Hell yeah, ammo is no joke. You a shooter? University? I don't know, is it safe to ask those kind of questions on the internet these days? I don't know how this community reacts to that kind of stuff in the grand scheme of things. Probably depends on which part of the community you're talking to. You're down in Virginia though, right? That can't be a weird question for someone to receive that lives in Virginia. Up here is kind of interesting. Like, I grew up in Massachusetts, and Massachusetts is very, very liberal. New Hampshire's kind of liberal because a lot of like mass transplants, and it's a very similar thing, but it's definitely got a much more open to that kind of stuff, kind of culture up here. Just love guns and guns love me. Yeah, before Marine, and yeah, we're in Virginia, which is pretty chill on guns. Cool, man. Didn't realize that. Thank you for your service. To talk about that stuff too much. It's such a polarizing topic, but glad you guys are cool with that stuff. I guess nobody shunned me off Instagram or anything. I posted some stuff on a story. Was it last summer, I think, from a pistol course I was taking. Democrats suck. Oh, let's try to keep this not political. I don't know who's going to be in here, man, and one way or the other, either direction, I'd like to not keep things that political. I mean, I guess guns are kind of a political topic, but don't want anyone not to feel welcome because they're on one side of the political aisle or the other. I know you probably can't see it because the camera is relatively low. I used to work in the, well, I guess I kind of do. A lot of my clients for all my engineering work are all in the defense industry. So I did a lot of work for a while. It's really weird hearing that for you, Josh, knowing that you live in California. I just figure everybody in California is on the left side of the aisle, but I guess it's not everybody. But yeah, so I used to work for Insight Technology. They're now part of L3 or L3 Harris. They keep getting bought and changed and all that kind of stuff, but making all sorts of cool lasers and night vision and stuff for the military. But as I say, so I moved this up here. I got some posters up here on the wall behind me with some products and stuff from Insight. go. So question, Nick, when you cut out the runner, you seem to be leaving a lot of nub. Is that more ideal than cutting the entire nub off? So in my opinion, and the opinion of a lot of builders, yes, it's the better way to go. So I'm using the sanding sponges here. Some people use files, some people use sandpaper. There's a lot of different things that you could use, but I use that to get the nub the rest of the way. And let me clean this up and I can show you. The end result of that. But basically it results in less stress marks. Oh, my stuff's falling over here. How difficult was it for you to get your YouTube live setup going? Not too hard. I've been doing Twitch for over a year now, I think. I recently switched over to Slobs, the Streamlabs OBS, and it was pretty darn easy. Once I figured out how, I just found a video and it basically just had to like log out of the connection I had to Twitch or something and connect to the YouTube. It's really not too bad at all. Oh yeah, I was going to show you. Let's see if this will focus in here. So you may or may not be able to see the nub is just barely there. The mark for it, right above that little slant there. So David, that's what it nets me. It's not perfect, but when that's matte coated, you're barely going to be able to tell if at all. You should give it a try, man. It's I don't know. I kind of enjoy it. This has actually been really good. The problem I've had with Twitch is the Twitch audience is great when you got an audience, and it's horrible when you don't. It's just so hard to me at least. It feels a lot harder to do this when nobody's really around or nobody's talking back. So I feel like I might have about the same number of viewers I might have had on average as when I was on Twitch right now. But I might not have anyone that I'm actually talking to. Which is discouraging. It's tough. It's less entertaining because you're not actually talking. And I'm not really very good at talking to myself for an hour straight waiting for somebody to show up. So I'm actually thinking what I'm probably going to do after tonight is figure out, there's a app called Restream.io, I think, which should allow me to actually stream to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and potentially some other platforms all at the same time. And I think it will merge all the chats and stuff for you so I can see all the chats going on. And I'm debating doing that because like Mecha Warehouse is a fairly sizable Facebook audience. Gotcha. Yeah, probably have that same problem. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, it's awesome when you get one or two good people. Like I do a stream and like Josh would hang out. We'd chat for a couple hours while I build, and occasionally other people would show up too and join us. And it seemed to be like semi-seasonal. Things were better during the summer last year when more kids were probably off from school and had more free time. Teenagers and 20-somethings. But for like Twitch, you really need to have like a very consistent schedule to attract and maintain a sizable audience. And so I think YouTube has a little bit lower barrier of entry for most people because everybody's got a YouTube account these days. Whereas Twitch is yet another platform for people to sign up to and stuff. And I'd kind of anticipated a little bit bigger of an audience tonight, honestly, but it's still pretty early, so we'll see. To start doing like giveaways or something. I was talking about doing this before. I just got to put the time into figuring out how to set it up. But what I really need is a random drawing that just picks a random amount of time or rolls a dice every time somebody comments in the chat or something. Draw a random number and give away a gift card or a kit or something if you draw the number or happen to be in the room at the lucky moment. That'd be cool. I can definitely relate to the issue trying to drive engagement. Yeah, it's always a challenge. Like, I think I'd probably do a lot better on Twitch if I was doing something other than building, because there doesn't seem to be a huge audience for makers and crafting. And the people that all have big audiences over there are gaming half the time anyway. So there's definitely a time component to it too. But I almost wonder if it were a 3 times a week kind of thing, maybe it would do better. But I just can't do that. Not in the evening. Maybe during the day, but I've just been so friggin' busy. I wish I could stream from my computer to Instagram Live. Because I usually draw a lot of people there whenever I go live on Instagram, but you just don't. You can't set the views as easily. And I think oftentimes with those, it's a really short time. A lot of people engage with it. A lot of people aren't hanging out forever. It's just an easy thing to pop in and out of. But I could be wrong. Some people do really well over there too. But we'll see. We'll move this over to here. Try adding Facebook to the mix next week. Gonna undo my Twitch affiliate thing. So I can restream to there too. Alright, we got some serious torso stuff going on. Really enjoyed the Zoom last night. It was so cool to see what everyone else is building and just the togetherness. Yeah, man, that was actually the biggest one we've had. Those Zooms have been good though. They've been what to do. Excuse me. The other thing I'm thinking about doing. There you go. I can actually, I was playing with this yesterday. Excuse me, I can pipe Zoom into OBS, and so I could do like a live stream build like this where I could be talking, have like a guest builder or something each week, and do almost like an interview or discussion or something with somebody live every week. I'm gonna figure out the logistics of that, but that's something I'm thinking about doing too. So I guess look forward to that in a couple weeks once I figure all that out. Kyrie Watts, I decide which one I'm gonna try. Hey Kyrie, which one are you gonna try out? David, that'd be super cool. Yeah, I think so. I think it would be worth it, especially if I can get some good guests. Or even start hosting some live like tutorials and stuff. Like I can do some tutorials for some basic stuff, but if I had get the infrastructure set up and get someone to come in who's really good at scratch building stuff, or somebody who's really good at scribing panel lines or adding detail with plot plate and all that kind of really cool stuff. And so you get a special guest to come in and teach, a short course on that kind of stuff. Where? I'm losing my mind. Did I lose a runner? Can't be. G1, that's light colored probably. Barbados Lupus Rex. Nice. Got G2. WTF. Like, am I going insane, or did I actually lose a runner here? Oh, there it is, G1. I'm looking for the wrong color. Thought I somehow didn't have a runner. I was like, what the hell, guys? In theory, though, too, if I can pipe the Zoom stuff in, do any of you guys follow or listen to or watch or consume any of Gary V's content? He's been doing this thing the past couple weeks with the whole COVID shutdown. He's got a morning show called Tea with Gary V, and he basically sits down for 2 hours and essentially, I know, man, I need to run an organizer bad. I need lots of things, though. Mostly my sanity. I need my sanity back. But so he's got this show called Tea with Gary V he's been doing, and it's basically like a call-in show, essentially. People, like, pre-submit questions, and he's basically answering the questions via Zoom, but it's all piped out to, like, Facebook Live or whatnot. I'd need like a producer or something to handle the logistics of toggling the calls, I think. I mean, I guess I could probably figure out how to do it by myself. But if I did something like that, we could even have a like call-in question show, asking random questions or asking for help with certain kind of problems, certain build things. People could post their what they need help with, show the kid or the issue they're having problems with. I don't know, just ideas I have. But I gotta figure out one thing at a time, I guess. But I think starting with the guest thing would be good. Yeah, exactly. Gundam Hotline. I mean, in some ways, that's kind of what, like, the Build Nights Mecha Hotline, I like it. It's kind of what the Zoom Build Nights is kind of like that. It's kind of like having your local shop, right? Like, you go down every once in a while to the hobby town there, like where Nickel and all those other guys hang out and build. And, like, the one thing I noticed when I was down there is that's, like, awesome having that local community. You're having problems with something, you need someone to show you something, whatever, you can just kind of bring your crap to the shop on a build night and probably find somebody who can show you what's up. And so that was part of I wanted to do the Zoom thing, the virtual build night. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I've been planning that for a while, so it seems like a good time to start that. In many ways, that's kind of what my mission is with Mecha Warehouse, is to have that small local shop feel and service and interaction, but with the convenience of not having to leave your home. Yeah, exactly. You get that kind of community going. The only difference is that the community I'm trying to build, the Mecha Warehouse, is from a more diverse geographical area, but it's the same kind of thing. I actually have a ton of media and content ideas. I just need more budget and potentially a staff to pull them off, but someday. show up. This is so dark. It'll show up. Typically, how long is the shipping process? Very short, Kyrie. So literally, I will pack orders usually the same day or the next day, depending on the time the orders come in. Typically, the last few weeks since the whole COVID thing has been happening, I usually pack orders late at night. So if this were like tomorrow night, I'll probably be packing orders, 10, 11 at night to try to get as many orders packed as possible. And whatever isn't packed before I get to bed will get packed in the morning first thing. And then things get picked up sometime late morning, early afternoon, depending on which carrier it's going by. And so usually from order to receive is like 5 or 6 days max, depending on where you are. If the closer you are to New England and the smaller the order, the faster that will probably be. While you're working on this, I'm working on 2 kits myself. That's motivating me right now. Nice. What kits you working on, man? Dendrobium. I got one. Oh, this thing's so dark. It's pretty cool. Oh, I see. Yeah, I got the 1/144th one up in my warehouse, up in the attic there. And that is such a huge kit. I kind of want to build it, but I have no idea where I'd put it once it's built. And the price tag is just ridiculous. All right, we got a completed torso. I love it. I love the idea of it. I just don't know being built. I don't think it'll fit. I mean, I don't know where I'm going to put most of these ones I'm working on now. I'm like starting to move books off my bookshelf and try to figure out where I can put my books. H. I desperately need to reorganize my office. I'm like getting buried in here. And I really basically want to buy a couple Detolfs. But I can't really drive to IKEA right now. I need to get my hands on the Neo Zeon. That one looks huge too. I'm less drawn to that one. I don't really like that design as much. Like, it's impressive. I could see why people do like it. I could totally see spending the money personally on the Dendrobium. And I probably will at some point. But that's the kind of kit that would look good in like the showroom of the shop or something when I finally move the shop out of my house. Let's get back into Gunpla. We built about 60 toss and 5 shells just for Gunpla. Yeah, like that's where I feel like I'm accelerating my rate of building the last couple weeks. I'm just trying to make more time for it. I'm not able to train jiu-jitsu really, although I'm working on that, forcing my, I guess I shouldn't say forcing, she's kind of willing participant, but I started teaching my wife BJJ last week, so I have somebody to train with when I can't get out. But so I don't have that whole jiu-jitsu commute that I've had. So in theory, I have more time. Just refusing to do client work. Between those things, a little bit more time. So building a little bit more, but unless I decide to buy enough detolfs to make the shipping make sense, I don't know when the hell I'll be able to get them. Maybe I should just bite the bullet and buy 6 detolfs all at once in anticipation. It's like buying a gun cabinet. Back to that topic. You don't buy the gun cabinet for the one gun you have now. You buy it for the 40 friends it's going to have in a couple years if you get really into the shooting hobby. Don't buy a display case for what you have today. Buy a display case for what you'll have in like 5 years. Really need my new office set up because I was gonna place stuff. Yeah, I learned the hard way in the gun cabinet too. LOL. Like, this is a public forum, so I don't want to comment about the size of my gun cabinet or cabinets. But maybe hit me up on Instagram if you're curious about the solution I have for that. Heard that, oh yeah. Anybody have any great plans for Easter tomorrow? If you celebrate Easter. Assuming most people are pretty much just staying home. Where does the music come from that you're using on stream? I'm using Pretzel Rocks. David building Gunpla. I might try to, since I'm trying to go all in on family time, I might try to get the family building maybe. My son's done one little Haro kit. I might try to get my wife to build something, maybe. So I use pretzel.rocks, I think. That's what it's called. University. We'll see. I'm debating because if my wife gets into it and really likes it, then I'm gonna start watching out because stuff will start disappearing from the shop or something. Actually, speaking of music, I saw this really cool video yesterday on YouTube. I think the channel was like Freaks or something like that. Freqs. And they had like a series of videos. They were sponsored by this like small camera manufacturer. What the F? And the whole series, they took these different musical acts, bands, groups, whatever, put them in this car with this camera and had them do an a cappella rendition of one of their songs. And one of them that did it was Coheed and Cambria. They're a rock act. Rock band. They do a lot of like concept albums and stuff. They're pretty good. Remember, I was into them when I was in like high school and stuff. I don't listen to them as much now. But damn, this was like an amazing song. It was a version of their song Gutter. Damn, and it was amazing. Like some of the other bands that did it, it seems like a joke to them. They're just like having trouble keeping straight faces. But this one was just like an incredible musical performance. The singer for the band's just like an amazing vocalist. And just everything, all the backup stuff was great too. Oh yes, getting to the face stuff. I remember this being kind of a pain on the other Deathscythe kit. It's like this face, it just ends up being so flimsy. Like it looks awesome once it's together. I want to say one of the there's another kit out there that's got a similar face. I haven't built it, but I think somebody's described it, or the picture or video I saw. Fitting small pieces into other small pieces, and there's not a lot of material. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 10. It's flying by today. How long do you normally spend on your snap build? Depends on the kit, obviously. But I'd say the average master grade is probably 8 to 10 hours of snap building, maybe. Three to four, 2 to 3 hour streams. And then obviously more time for top coat, decals, and all that stuff. Had an issue with Wing Zero's face last night. Oh no, what happened, man? I'm trying to remember if I had any issues with the head or face for the Master Grade Wing Zero custom I think you were working on, right? Just super loose. Sorry to hear that. I'll be buying my first one on Friday. Cool, Kyrie. Did you was it the Barbados Lupus Rex you're talking about? I think that's what you said. Clear nail polish works great for loose parts, joints. For any sort of paint or varnish would work too. Yep, these are going to be falling out. It worked too well for me, in fact. On the... damn it. With my SD ground Gundam, I got the head and neck wedged in there so good. I think it was because of paint that when I try to take it back apart to finish top coating and doing all kind of stuff on it, I ended up breaking the neck joint. Let's see if that will stay. A5 to A7. Dude, yeah, give it a shot. I keep some on my table, put a bit on, let it hard real good. Put it in if stiff, too loose, add another layer. Yep, that'll work. Yeah. Oh no, eye stickers. Yep. I don't know. I waffle back and forth between using like markers for eye stickers. I think going forward on painting them all with just airbrush when I do all my painted kits, but my lack of patience using like the marker for it to dry and to get it thick enough on there. At least the eye stickers, you don't really notice that they're stickers too bad because they end up being recessed in there. There is. I mean, this the fluorescent green. This is the GM09. It'll work, but the problem is you got to kind of like put like 2 or 3 coats on there sometimes to really get it thick enough. And if you don't wait till the first coat's dry enough, then the second coat actually screws up the first coat instead of adding to it. There we go. So far, so good. It's got the V-fin. You do the cameras and stuff with a green marker I'd like to move away from stickers. Yeah, that's basically I do that sometimes. I just end up getting impatient, and the problem is you got to get the black around the eyes. So if you do the eyes, you either got to like put down a layer or two of black and then a layer or two of green, and it's just a time-consuming process, like any painting. So I think going forward, I'd probably just take. Actually, I'm not sure how I'll do that. Going forward, maybe a reverse wash or something to get the eyes. The eyes in the SD were easy because the eyes themselves were a separate part from the like eyeliner or whatever. So I'll have to figure that out, I suppose. All right. There we go. Better lighting. We got. Head and torso complete. Right. Guess I start on the arms now. Gotta figure out how late I'm gonna go with this whole thing today. Don't want to be up too late, because I'm sure there'll be kids waking me up first thing tomorrow morning to see what the Easter Bunny brought and all that crap. So J4, J3, and I13. These are definitely different shoulders than the other one. Runner J. Just realizing I got this whole YouTube channel thing set up for Mecha Warehouse now. I should put up some of the other videos I have, like the blindfold Maganac build. I'm probably gonna see if I probably still have that whole long form, as well as the fast one, the sped up version. And then speaking of that, I need to figure out what I'll do for a charity stream in December. Maybe I should just do one now. I don't know when I'd do it. And actually, I've been asking a lot of people this question. I'm looking for charities supporting kind of first responders and people on the front lines of the COVID-19 crisis. You know, providing either supplies to doctors and nurses, or supporting their families, or whatnot. There's a chance I might just stand on my own kind of program, because I can't seem to find anything that does what I need or what I'm looking for. But if you happen to know one, or have come across one, in the next couple weeks, definitely let me know. Also kind of hard to believe I was supposed to be on a plane to Japan in like 2 days from now. Thankfully I got my tickets refunded though, so that was good. Mine was canceled for me. We were going to go in the world tournament for the karate organization I belong to. Is supposed to be on the 18th and 19th of April. So we're going to fly out on the 14th, Tuesday. Spend a couple days over there, get acclimated, kick some ass, and then do a vacation while we were there. But the tournament was canceled like a month back. They decided, well, postponed, technically. So it was canceled, and I couldn't get my refund for my plane tickets for the longest time. But now that all the flights are down, they refunded me, so that's a plus, I suppose. I'm really curious if that's even if next year is going to be a thing. If we'll really be in a place worldwide for international travel on that scale. To not only travel across the world and be on the planes for all that time and go to Japan, but to go to be in an arena full of people. I don't know, I'm kind of doubtful at this point. So the tournament that I was going for is for Kyokushin. It's a style of karate, full contact karate. That's been like my life for the last like 25, 26 years. Hey Ian, what's up, dude? Yep, I'm starting to make that connection now. I think I've seen your name enough that I'm starting to remember who you are. But I've also been doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for the last 6 years or so. I run a karate school. I've been doing that since I was a little kid. Nice, Ian. How far through the new Verka are you? So I'm a third degree black belt in Taekwondo. Cool. Do you still train, or? I try not to be on Josh's level, but yeah, here I am. Every time you stream, it seems to be a good time for me. Josh is quite the super fan. Or super customer, or whatever. I swear this isn't all I do. It's all good, man. few years sadly because of work. Yeah, that's rough. It's like one of my biggest problems with work is the fact that I can't not train. So as I've increased the amount of time I spend training and teaching and all that stuff, it's just become harder and harder to work, do client work and stuff. It's part of the reason why I did the whole shop thing. They should hopefully have a little more flexibility with that. I was a teacher one time. Cool. Finishing up the torso tonight, moving on to the head. Definitely the most advanced build I've done. Definitely, I couldn't believe how long it took just to get where I am on the chest. How many pieces is the chest? Is it significantly more than a typical master grade, or? Have yet to do a Verka. Confused. What's the difference between followed and subscribed on here? Anyway, thank you, Nick Stead, for the sub or follow or whatever you call it here on YouTube. I guess that'd be a subscribe, but it says follow. I don't know if it matters.
All right. I'll tell you the truth.
58 pieces and 10 chrome stickers under cycloframe parts. There's a slight transforming gimmick throughout the gun revealing the cycloframe, kind of a precursor to the unicorns that adds up. Yeah, it's like a retcon to the design because there's no cycloframe in the actual anime. But kind of a cool little add-on. But that's 58 pieces for the chest and torso. Wow. That's a substantial increase. I think you need a capture card or something to go live, right? Nope, this is just my laptop. I've got an okay graphics card, but I couldn't play most modern games on here. I think if I was streaming a game or something, I'd probably be in trouble and need a capture card. It's really not that hard, man. You basically just need, your webcam or whatever camera that you can hook up. Software like I would recommend Streamlabs OBS over the regular OBS. I haven't tried any of the other options that are out there, but I've tried those two. But it's pretty easy. And if you work in IT, then you should be able to figure out all the software stuff. I'm sure your Google foo is good enough to get you the rest of the way there from that. Oh, my son isn't happy. I can hear him screaming through the headphones and over the music and everything. grab another sanding sponge. Do you ever have a problem with the spring on the Guardians popping out? Never, man. I had to super glue mine in because it popped out thrice in one night. Doth that be thy problem? Sorry. No, I've never had a problem with the spring. I've also never broken mine. Some people claim that their Guardians break on them. Snapping off the tip and stuff. One of these days I really want to do a hardcore shootout of like all the nippers on the market. And just like absolutely abuse the crap out of them. Dude, I have the Deathscythe ST, a single blade nipper 2.0. I've never heard of those ones, but they're working for you. I'm personally curious about the Zerons. I think that's how you pronounce it, that we got in the shop now. We got a couple pairs of those. We'll be restocking those as soon as I get a chance to hit the button on the website, basically. But Josh actually turned me on to those ones. He apparently is a big fan of those. So I got some for the shop. Cool. And 22. They're from China. China. Yeah, I really want to like totally abuse some nippers. Like cut things they definitely shouldn't be cutting. Way overwork them, see which ones last. Compare performance. This BIA is really nice. Is that the name of the company that makes them? I haven't seen these. I don't know if I'm just like been blind or if there's something else I would have seen them by. Seen them called. Chinese company, so I think with the virus stuff they aren't shipping over right now. Wouldn't be surprised. Been bummed about not being able to order from Delphi Decal. It's been down, but now they're like completely closing down their website, I think, for the time being. They came out just a few months ago, like right before the virus stuff. Gotcha. Yeah, that's why I haven't really seen it much. I've really been ignoring my social media stuff, like consuming. Makes sense. I mean, I only got these about 2 months ago. Yeah. Been neglecting on the consumption side a lot. It's the name of the company the nippers are called, the STA. I'll have to look those up. this, man. Just randomly decided to check the orders for today. Big orders placed in the last couple hours. Cool, David. Really appreciate that. I think I'm going to try to finish up these shoulders. And that will probably be my stopping point for the night. I need to make sure I shower and get to sleep and do all the stuff that's needed to be ready for Easter morning. I'll be able to get up. I'm sure my son will want to get up. Hey, Dakota. You are definitely late to the party, man. I start talking about how I'm getting close to shutting down for the night and you show up. But appreciate you showing up nonetheless. All the same, whatever the expression I should use is. Words. A nap? How dare you, man? Explain the difference between the two Deathscythe MG kits and that new one coming in the rosette. So the two, there's the Deathscythe and the Deathscythe Hell are the two standard release ones. The Deathscythe Hell has wings that kind of fold over the top. I wonder if this has images in it. Maybe no comparison. Knock all my shit over here. So this one's got these big wings that can fold up and over, and has a much, well, I guess slightly darker color scheme. The other one kind of loses the wings, picks up a little bit more white. What else does it have? was I gonna say? It picks up a little more white. It's got a little shield accessory that this one doesn't have. But for the most part, it's the same base kit. And the rosette is like the Deathscythe, but it's got a different set of wings, I think. I'm not sure if it picks up anything else in terms of accessories or features. I can probably just grab the angle's not going to be great. Might be a little bit too much for it here, but this is the standard one. It's got the shield thing that kind of can open up and has some a beam effect. And it's got a little bit lighter color scheme, different shoulders. But it's definitely the same base kit. So to me, the rosette with just the little wings or whatever it picks up isn't really worth it. But if you don't already have a Deathscythe kit or really like the idea of the wings, then it's probably not a bad idea. If I were planning on making some sort of custom based on the Deathscythe, the rosette would probably be a good place to start for one, because it's got some cool extras in those wings. Definitely a much different shoulder on this one. I'm not sure I love the shoulder design. I guess it works. I'm not gonna jam those all the ways on because I got the other stuff to do, but that's basically. Come on, focus. There we go. All right. That's basically where I'm at right now. Like I said, I kind of gotta pack up here. My wife needs some help just trying to bake a cake or something for tomorrow. And being a fan of cake, I want to make sure that happens. So I gotta help with some of the other stuff and get some sleep for tomorrow morning. If you celebrate Easter, hope you guys have a great Easter, and should be back at this next week. If you're a Mecha Warehouse customer on the Discord and stuff, or even if you're not on the Discord, actually, we'll be doing probably two build events over the next week or so. Typically, we've been doing Friday night at 10. I think that's going to be a regular one. That went really well last night. And Sunday afternoon, I got to figure out the exact time for that one. I think we did 3 p.m. last time on Sunday. We won't be doing it this week because of Easter. But if you are into building and want to build with other like-minded people, those would be great. So hit me up on pretty much anywhere, whether it's my personal Instagram or the Mecha Warehouse Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, wherever. Send me a message and I can help get you hooked up with those, and hopefully see you guys next week, 8:30, right here on YouTube, and maybe even some other places too this time next week in conjunction to pick up the continuation of this build. So anyway, once again, finally, thank you guys. Catch you next time. Have a good one.